Hey, what's up, y'all? I figured this was a long overdue video. I'm showing you guys what I'm doing before I squat or deadlift. This is just some of the things, excluding my foam rolling and of course everything else. But here's one great way that I always, one move that I always do before I squat or deadlift, which is basically a hip extension. What you want to do is you want to be able to grab a band that's pretty tight enough, wrap it around a pole or whatever. I like to do it on the squat rack here and wrap it about, I say, waist level or by knee level, and then basically put it around your hip, under your glute, and plant your foot so that it's right in the back. And this is a really good way to extend those hips, especially if you sit down a lot. A lot of time you get tightness on those hips, and that is not a good thing. And this really helps me be able to get stretches and really forces my hips to stay forward as I stay in this movement, and it helps me so that your hips are not tight as you squat. This is one of my favorite things to do, and after that I usually do about, I said, a minute, 30 seconds, a minute of stretching it and just in that position, and then I get this movement here, and it's also, you wrap it under your glute and you squat and you force those hips to stay open. This helps a lot, especially preventing you from your knees from caving in, and it also warms up those hips as you mimic the squat movement. And if you can stretch that lean towards one side and the other, just so I can get a stretch on my ankles as well. Really good way to be able to warm up those ankles, especially you want those ankles to be nice and mobile and to be able to squat properly. And of course I get some reps in on my squats to practice in that, and basically that's all I do with this movement. And let me show you guys what I do next. Alright, after all of that, I like to do this. This is one of my favorite things to do before squatting right away. It's basically you grab your ankles or shin area and you practice on staying upright and squatting. This helps you sink your hips in before you initiate any movement, and it really helps you to stay balanced, as you can see. What you want to do, you want to be able to maintain your hips to stay out and stay open as you squat. You don't want to cave in, you don't want to lean forward, you want to be able to properly squat and let your hips sink nice and low. And for those who don't know, I'm a low bar squatter, so I do make a shelf and a rack in my upper back. And what has been helping me a lot with any shoulder pain or elbow pain or bicep pain even during my squat is to really warm up your rear delts before you squat. So as you can see here, I just grab a light resistance band and put it, wrap it around another pole, probably about chest level, shoulder level. And I do a lot of face pulls and a lot of rear delt work before I do anything else, before I load up the bar to squat or anything like that. And this really helps me warm up my shoulder blades, especially my rear delts and my rotator cuffs, so I can properly get a good rack and a good shelf before I squat. And lastly, before I do any of the weights, anything heavier, I'd say probably about 275 plus, I usually chalk off my back. If your gym doesn't allow chalk, then this is unfortunate for you. Maybe you can try to talk to them about it. But if your gym does allow chalk, I recommend chalking your upper back, especially where you know where you're going to put the bar. You want to set it right about there, and I guarantee you this helps you a lot. So hope this video helps, and God bless, guys.